Welcome to our journey into the world of Python's powerful data manipulation tools. Today, we'll start by diving right in with an introduction to list comprehensions and generator expressions. We'll explore their syntax with some practical examples, learn how to use them effectively, and compare these two techniques side by side. By the end of the session, you'll be well-versed in best practices and tips that will make your coding more efficient. Let's get started. First up, introduction to list comprehensions and generator expressions, setting the stage for our exploration. Next, we'll break down list comprehensions, covering syntax and examples. Then, it's time for generator expressions, their syntax and usage. Comparing these two will help you understand when to use each one. We'll also share some invaluable best practices and tips. And finally, we'll wrap up with a concise summary of what we've learned today. So, let's dive in. Welcome to our tutorial on list comprehensions and generator expressions in Python. Let's start with the basics. List comprehensions are a concise way to create lists by evaluating an expression for each element, based on certain conditions. For example, if you wanted to generate a list of squares from 1 to 10, you could write x *** 2 for x in range 1, 11. Now, generator expressions are similar, but they're more memory-friendly. Instead of creating the full list, they generate each value on the fly. So, if we wanted to sum all even numbers between 1 and 20, a generator expression would be x for x in range 1, 21, if x%2 equals 0. The key difference is that with generators, you get an iterable object, which can be memory efficient when dealing with large datasets. Great for those times when you just need to work with the values as they come, one at a time. Welcome to our exploration of list comprehensions. In this slide, we'll break down the syntax and see it in action. The format is simple. Expression for item in iterable if condition. For example, let's square only the even numbers from a range of 0 to 9. Here's how it looks in code. x *** 2 for x in range 10, if x%2 equals 0. When you run this, the output is 0, 4, 16, 36, 64. This method not only makes your code more concise, but also allows for efficient filtering and transformation of data. Imagine working with large datasets. List comprehensions can handle them with ease. Remember, list comprehensions are just a more Pythonic way to use for loops with conditions to process lists. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the power of these versatile constructs. Welcome to our tutorial on generator expressions. They're quite similar to list comprehensions, but with a twist. The syntax looks like this. Expression for item in iterable if condition. For example, let's create a generator that squares even numbers from a range of 0 to 9. Here's the code. x *** 2 for x in range 10, if x%2 equals 0. This will give us a. Unlike lists, which store all elements at once, generators generate values on the fly, using less memory and making them perfect for large datasets or infinite sequences. You can use this with functions like next to get the first value, or simply iterate over it. Ready to see it in action? Let's run our code. Welcome to our tutorial on list comprehensions versus generator expressions in Python. So, what's the difference? List comprehensions generate an entire list at once, which is great for small datasets but can hog memory. Generator expressions, however, are like a stream of values. Generate one item at a time as you need it, making them perfect for handling large datasets or even infinite sequences without running out of memory. For quick tasks, comprehensions offer clean and concise code. But remember, once you have a generator, you can iterate over its contents multiple times with no extra cost. Let's dive deeper into these powerful Python features to make your coding life easier. Welcome to our best practices and tips slide. Let's dive in. First, use list comprehensions for simple transformations. They're concise and readable, like a one-liner for filtering or modifying lists. Next, when dealing with large datasets or needing to save memory, generator expressions are your friend. They create generators on the fly without storing all elements in memory. Avoid complex conditions in a single line. It can make your code hard to read. For more complex logic, consider using regular loops. Finally, Combine multiple generators by leveraging map and filter. These practices will help you write cleaner, more efficient Python code. Happy coding! Great job! In this summary, we've covered two powerful tools in Python: list comprehensions and generator expressions. List comprehensions are perfect for quickly transforming data into lists with a simple syntax. On the other hand, generator expressions save memory by generating values on the fly without storing them all at once. Understanding both will help you write more efficient code. Just remember to balance readability with memory efficiency based on your specific needs. Practice using these in real-world scenarios to see their full power in action.